Hey everyone, it's Matt here from the Bicker Bunch. This week we are at Front Pourch Brewing in North Phoenix, kind of near the Norterra area off of Happy Valley. Let's go check this place out. All right, what do we got?
Hi, I'm Trevor from Front Pourch Brewing. These guys came here to sample some beers today, so here we are. So today I selected a few different varieties that kind of showcase the different beers that we have on tap. So the first one we're going to start is Chime Time, and that is our summer seasonal. So it's a blonde ale fruited with cherry and lime. So
Shows it this one here?
very easy drinking. It's not overly fruited, so you can still kind of tell that it's beer, you know.
Mm-hmm. I like this one. This one's really good, man.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Awesome.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
good.
super light.
It
Perfect
is.
when it's 115
refreshing.
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good pool beer. So this is one actually that we were doing as homebrewers. So, we kind of translate the small scale recipe into a large scale. So,
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah. Yeah, it's not like overly limey or overly cherry, but it's just
No,
kind of the right
very
balance.
good.
So,
What's the, what would this be considered? Like fruit beer?
yeah, just a fruited,
beer?
just a fruited blonde ale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have its own subcategory, which there are a lot of in
Oh,
the craft
yeah.
beer world. So, yeah.
I can never tell. I usually always get them wrong because
Yeah.
it's like 800.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just make up your own too. I mean, people do that all the time. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
And
funny.
you can't argue with it. It
No.
tastes good, right?
Yeah, right.
It's good.
Yeah.
This one's
good.
awesome.
Thank you.
Really, really like that one.
All right, so this next one we're going to try is, it's called That's Rastastic. It is our kettle sour fruited with raspberry puree. So it's super light, it's crisp. It's another good, easy drinking summer beer.
Oh, that's really good.
It
Yeah,
is.
so it's
Yeah.
not like overly sour, it's more tart.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is crisp, super light and crisp.
I really like the color of it too.
Yeah, that is
It almost
excellent.
looks like a, almost like a wine.
Yep, like a rosé almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that is.
And it is
excellent.
a little dry and like crisp, so it's almost, kind of like a champagne almost. So
Yeah, kind of, a little bit.
when people kind of come in here and they say they don't like beer and they want something similar to wine or a cider, we kind of point them in this
Yeah,
direction.
it does kind of remind me of a cider
Yeah.
too, right?
Yep.
It's got that little tartness.
Yeah,
Really good.
but not overly sour,
No.
not overly
Yeah,
not at
fruity.
all.
doesn't
Yeah, that's
doesn't make
excellent.
my face turn inside out
Right,
or anything like
right.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if this is their first sour, it is pretty shocking to them. But as far as sours go in the beer world, this is pretty mild.
that.
Yeah, it is. That's
We had
excellent.
when we were doing the beer roulettes, right, the blind tastings.
Mm-hmm.
We had a sour, and it was like strong sour. So
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you're not expecting that,
Yeah, I'm still warming up to those ones. Yeah, so this is a good jumping off point, I think,
It
for
is.
people
No,
trying
it's
sours.
an excellent beer.
So,
I like
great. Yeah.
very crushable too.
that. Yeah.
All right, so this next beer we're going to try is called Toasty Blonde. This is actually the first beer that we brewed here at Front Porch. It was an old homebrew recipe that we were brewing for years before we opened. So when we tried to make the transition from homebrew to professional scale, we didn't take into account how efficient our system would be, and instead of 5.2, it came out to be 7.4%. And we just kind of ran with it, and it was so well received that we kept it, and this is one of our staples. So
It's good.
I like it.
It's got a
it's super light, it's malty,
yeah, malty.
a little
It's
sweet.
A malty blonde. That's
Yeah, yeah,
a little odd, but
Yeah.
it's really good.
yeah. I mean, you
Like,
look at it, and it's
super clear.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I like it.
mm,
I like the color.
it's a good one.
yeah. So for the people that come in and ask for a light beer, they love this because it gets the job done faster than like a Bud Light or a Coors Light
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that.
Oh, and it tastes a hell of a lot better.
Yeah,
too.
it absolutely. And it gets the job done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, that stuff will.
So I
You can
don't think, Mm-hmm.
cozy up with that one pretty quick.
like I said, I don't think I've ever had a. I don't know if I've ever had a. Like a, 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 a malty blonde before.
Right.
It's-
That's one of those things that, like, a lot, especially I've noticed with a lot of craft brews is you don't see as many blondes anymore.
Right. When
Yeah.
you do, they're super light or they're gluten free or whatever.
Yeah, or they're like they taste like
Yeah,
Budweiser.
like one
Exactly.
thing,
exactly.
one thing I always ask for, like at breweries and stuff like that, is like a Pilsner.
Right.
Like such a simple beer, but
Right.
I love Pilsners. They're
Yep.
so good, and like so few people actually do a Pils anymore.
Right. Yep, I'm hoping to do one here in the coming months. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Let me
I
know.
have,
Very cool.
yeah, I
let's
have
know.
a Mexican lager coming out.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
man,
Mexican
yeah,
lager.
yeah.
beer's
Oh
there.
my
Yeah,
god.
just let us know.
There's time consuming, and we're kind of strapped for space right now. So they sit in a tank for 2 months.
Oh wow, I
And,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so I could be using that tank for.
Yeah.
I could have
Other
3 other
beer.
beers out in the same time span as one beer. So
Complicated.
it is, yeah, it is. It is definitely. It's a juggling act for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so next up is a beer. It's got a Lord of the Rings reference in the name. It's called Sneaky Little Hobbitses instead of Hobbitses. It's one of my favorite beers that we do here. It's a hazy IPA. It is our most popular beer that we sell here. So we're constantly making this one, but it's very tropically, like fruit forward. Pineapple. I get coconut,
You know what, man?
pineapple.
You made
I
an
know you
IPA.
don't like
I
IPAs, yeah.
This one's actually really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so
I absolutely despise most IPAs, but this one's really good.
Thank
man.
you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is my favorite beer that we do here.
Yeah, it doesn't have that like harsh bitterness to it, right? It really smooths itself out.
It's hoppy,
I'm
but you
happy.
don't get that bitterness.
Yeah.
right? You get all the good things the hops have to offer
Yeah.
without that
That's good.
bitterness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
really-
is like awesome.
Never thought I'd find an
There you go.
IPA I like.
There you go.
man.
But yeah, we're constantly doing this one. This one we we try to distribute a little bit. The Mellow Mushroom over here, they do have this one when we can spare it. And every once in a while we'll sell it to a couple craft beer stores in the area, but we go through it so fast here that it's just
It's too hard
I don't
to-
like running out of it here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Other places have it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, because there's that big craft. It's not really big, but it's like almost like a mini mart, but nothing but craft beer down on
yeah. There's
7th.
There's one on
Yeah.
7th Street and there's
Yeah.
one on 7th Avenue.
Yeah.
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 So they both carry them when we
Oh,
can.
really? That's
yeah,
cool.
when we can. So,
Damn.
but yeah, it's very tropical.
Really good, man.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
like that a lot.
I'm still just shocked that I like it.
There you go. Well, speaking of like the East Coast, right? This is the first time I'd ever had an IPA like this, and they're so popular now in Arizona. These hazy IPAs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
love hazy
I remember the beers that I had like in Boston, and I will try to recreate them. So,
Yeah.
what I liked about them. What I like about the beers in Arizona. You can kind of make what you like about both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, like, living on the East Coast, I mean, a lot of people are saying it, but craft beer in America it's a new thing, right?
Right.
We're finally starting to get
Sure.
these awesome beers
Sure.
by these small brewers and stuff like that. And, I think if you come out, the Northeast had a
Oh yeah.
ton of craft beers, and I think it might have taken a little while for the West Coast to start up, but
Well,
now
definitely in Arizona.
Yeah.
And like California, let's say California, Oregon, and Washington, they've been doing it forever.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So
But yeah.
Arizona it's getting up there. you know.
Yeah, it's good to see,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
When I was reaching out to breweries to try to do these things, right, I just searched like brewery or like microbreweries in Phoenix and stuff
Right.
like that, and just like got a list and started emailing people, and I was like, oh my god, like I didn't even know half these places
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's over 100 in Arizona, and there's a lot of them in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix is so spread out. You have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in Central Phoenix and downtown, and in Gilbert. But that's kind of why we picked up here, because at the time no one else was up here.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
and it's been well received. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like,
No, it's
People were thirsty.
That is fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's-
thank you.
Like I said, first IPA I've ever finished. So
Thank you. Thanks.
another clap for that.
All right, so this next beer we're going to try is called Nelson, or if you like Castaway, it's Nelson.
Yeah.
I kind of make all my beer names, I try to make them after like movie references, like That's Rastastic, that sour we had was Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Sneaky Little Hobbitses, Lord of the Rings. Nelson is Castaway, right?
I saw you had some Star Wars ones.
Yeah,
too.
and I
was
do
like,
have some
oh,
Star
yeah,
Wars.
know
I didn't
those.
pick those, but I really like this one. We only hop this beer with Nelson Sauvignon hops, so you really get that. I get like melon flavors to this IPA.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
Yeah, sure.
very juicy.
Somehow you
That's
made
dangerous.
2 IPAs I like.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
It's so
and
good.
Super
Witchcraft
smooth.
you put into this.
Right. And I know it looks great too. It looks like you're drinking a little light OJ or something like
Yeah,
that.
it does. Yeah.
So,
Damn, that is. I'm going to be so broke after a day with growlers.
but yeah, that's besides Sneaky is probably my next favorite. I like IPAs. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know most beer
I like all
drinkers.
beers, yeah, but-
most beer drinkers do like IPAs. I know I'm the weird one, and the other guy,
Brandon, too.
Brandon,
Yeah, normal other guy.
he's the same way, right?
Right.
He doesn't like IPAs, but I'm actually pretty sure you'd enjoy
These
these
are
too.
outstanding.
These are good.
Like,
Yeah, they're definitely very fruit forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's they're not fruited at all. It's just the hops that make it like that. So we kind of this one.
good.
I had never used Nelson hops before, and once I opened up the bag, I'm like, I'm only going to use these in this one because
Yeah.
it was just amazing when I
Yeah.
opened it up. Yeah. So
Man, it's good.
yeah, but to your point too, I also when I go places, when I go to other breweries, I pretty much specifically only drink lagers and pilsners. So,
Yeah, like I said,
but when I'm at home, I drink these. So,
yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of I've noticed with a lot of small breweries is like when it comes to an IPA, they try to just make it bitter for the sake of making it
Oh yeah.
over the top bitter, and it'll knock you out. You know,
Right.
you're just like that. It's
too much.
good, but damn,
yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I think that trend has kind of faded.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
this is both of these, man.
Yeah,
are-
right. Yeah, like I said, I don't
This
like
is-
IPAs, and I like both of these
Oh,
beers.
awesome.
I will say it's one of my.
Thank you, yeah.
That's like one of the best beers I ever had. Was this
The
one?
Sneaky,
The
yeah.
Sneaky's
Hey,
good,
thank you,
man.
thank you.
But this
So,
is
This one's good too, man. Like,
good.
seriously.
Yeah, they're both they're similar, but at the same time they're different, right? It's like the mouthfeel is very similar,
Yeah. Yeah.
and really the only thing you can get from it that's different are the hops. Right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, they both have absolutely different flavors.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
but they're very similar at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah, both of them are really good, and they're like I said, you don't get that crush of bitterness at the end
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
That- That's always what turns me off.
Those
on
are
IPAs.
smooth,
And,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
go down so smooth, and the bitterness is there, but it's not overwhelming.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's more, I tell people it's like slightly dry and a little bit of tart at the very end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not bitter. It's
Yeah, you
kind of
don't-
tart.
There's a fine line
Yeah.
between tartness
Yeah.
and bitter.
Right.
And yeah, I mean,
that
remember
is a
the-
trend I am glad is like I keep telling you, IPAs are not like the ones I drink are not as bad as the ones I used to drink. Like the
Yeah.
ones I
Oh,
used to drink.
There was like a
bitter beer face,
a
those
hop
old
war going
commercials
on for a while.
Yeah.
It's like who
right.
could
Who
make
could-
the most bitter beer,
Yeah.
and people would eat it up. But
Yeah.
I don't think the consumer these days is really into that.
No.
And there's still the people out there that want that, but not like it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not me,
You
because
know.
I find my I find my good tasting IPAs, and that's what I stick
right.
with,
And
and
that's
I buy
like-
the same one over and over
That's
again.
what that's what I like about small brewery craft beers and stuff is you guys can really get the flavors in there that like
Sure.
you don't get anywhere else, right? Like
Right.
big
Right.
manufacturers aren't making crazy sours
Sure.
and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's and you guys are small enough where you don't have to mass produce this stuff, where you can experiment and
Yeah.
get some really out of it.
Definitely, yeah. So,
It's excellent.
cool.
Awesome, yeah.
Glad you like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this last one we're going to try is called Shift Yeah. It is a coffee stout featuring Shift Caffeine, which is a local
Oh yeah. It's
guy who makes cold brew, and he distributes throughout the valley. And we've been carrying his cold brew for a while, and I thought it would just be a great thing to do and kind of collab on a beer. So it's definitely very coffee forward.
It is.
Yeah.
There's definitely
You do get the chocolate
I
right
do
at the
get the
beginning,
chocolate,
but
yeah.
then the coffee just kind of dominates
Yeah,
it
it
towards
does,
the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like this, but I love coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I do too. I don't even drink coffee, but it's good beer.
It is good, yeah.
It's
If
good.
you have a few of these, you'll be
yeah.
up all night too. So there is a lot of caffeine in his cold brew. So there's 15 gallons of his cold brew in this beer.
Oh man.
So
Holy cow.
if you'd probably have to have 4 of these beers to get a caffeine buzz, but it could keep you up at night if you're sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
But if you drink this in the morning, you're good to go.
Yeah, like
Put it in a coffee cup, no one will know.
Yeah, no, I mean, you couldn't tell. I mean,
yeah, I said definitely it does start out with the chocolate, right? I've had a good 3-4 sips of it, and like every time it starts out with the chocolate and then gradually moves its way to coffee.
Yep.
In the end, it's kind of crazy, like how the flavors
Yeah.
evolve.
Oh yeah.
As you're drinking it.
Yeah, and the longer the longer these kegs sit, the more the coffee flavor comes through.
Yeah.
So when we first tapped this beer, it is very like kind of chocolate forward, almost like a Tootsie Roll. But as time goes on, it's the
more and more
coffee just.
yeah, that's good.
But yeah,
It's super good.
it is good.
Crap. I normally like coffee stouts and stuff like that, but sometimes they go in a weird direction.
Yeah.
I don't always.
Yeah.
I can't really.
Sometimes you like
explain
bitter
it.
coffee.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like coffee's already bitter on its own, and then you start adding, some beer bitterness to it or something like that, and it just gets
Right.
a little overwhelming.
Well, and as this one is warmed up, kind of, it goes from like chocolate to coffee, and now like I get like dark chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now on the.
That's good.
It's also, like for a stout, I want to say it's a little light, right?
It is,
It's not
yeah.
like
It's
not a heavy
It's
stout. or
not.
anything
You're
like
not
that.
going to chew on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, for like stouts these days, it is like it's 7%, so it is a little light. People are ramping their stouts up, in like double digits.
Oh yeah, I've seen
So-
like 10, 11, 12%
Yeah,
stouts
I saw
recently.
one.
Yeah.
I went
So
to
this
Utah.
one you can still have a couple. So.
I went to Utah and a buddy at one of my friend's weddings, man, he had like a 15% stout. I'm like, no. No.
Like the one we had in our beer roulette.
Yeah,
I can't
that
remember
thing
who
was,
made
what,
it,
11
but
and a half?
It was like 11.5% stout, and like as soon as I tasted it, I was like, "Whew, that is
That knocked
too
us
much
over.
for a stout."
Yeah.
Like, I think it's
Yeah,
one we
it's
started
very
with
good.
too.
Right.
Yeah, it's very good. I like that.
But yeah, it is. It'll keep you up if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, all these were amazing.
No, thank
All
you.
of
Seriously, every single one of
Everything.
these beers was awesome.
Thank you.
And like I said, you made 2 IPAs that I finished, and that has never happened before.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
Awesome place.
we'll be picking
Awesome.
up a
Thank you
growler.
guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be buying a growler. 'cause
Yeah. Well, thank
good.
you for coming in.
Yeah,
and
thank you for
reaching
having
out
us.
to us.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
letting us do this too. Right?
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely. Yeah.
We're still trying to get our brand out there
Sure.
and
Well,
notice
so
and
are
stuff
we.
too.
So,
yeah,
we're new.
so
You guys
it's,
are new. It's perfect.
yeah, no,
So-
it's great. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Cool.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.